every night at 9 p.m. Here we keep our foot on the neck of false teachings and challenge Euro-Christian ideologies head-on. We stand on facts over beliefs, insertions and assumptions as we journey together on a path of pure righteousness, guided by true African spirituality or Alkebulan wisdom. Each episode is part of a powerful movement to reclaim our identity, uplift our community, and walk in the power of truth. Tune in nightly at 9 p.m. for transformative insights and hard-hitting discussions as we unmask hidden truths and rise to our fullest potential.
Yeah. What it do? Yeah, it's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that ROD pod. For those that don't know who I am, I'm him, Junes, the NBIC. And again, I represent that ROD. And yes, definitely want to give a shout out to the ancestors, to the creators, and last but not least to you guys for all the support, all the things that you guys believe in me, the positive feedbacks, the negative feedbacks. All things is respected and needed, because again, it allows me to do what I do best, and that is to continue keeping my foot on all necks. You heard? But I know I've been missing in action. I've been training and just dealing with like mental fatigue, reading, you know what I'm saying? I was reading this earlier. Okay. I was reading this earlier. Okay. And I wanted to pull up a verse. I wanted to pull something out of this that I was reading. And this is How to Understand Your Bible by Manly P. Hall. For those that don't know who Manly P. Hall is, Manly P. Hall was he was one of the original historians as far as uncovering religion, history, the Illuminati, etc., etc. He comes from that cloth, you know what I'm saying? He died in like 1908 and he was like 94 years old. But I want to read this to you guys in this book. And in this book it says, we must first define the word God as it is used in the case and throughout the first chapter of the Bible. The word in Hebrew is not God or Jah or Jehovah, but Elohim. God is a revert but entirely insignificant word to convey the true meaning of Elohim. Most important to be considered are the two facts. First, in Hebrew, Elohim is a grogonous term, interference and combination of male and female attributes. Second, the word by its intermination is plural. Okay? Actually, therefore, the word Elohim means the male/female creators, representing a host or at least a group of powers, and not under any conditions a single personal entity. Now, this is Manly P. Hall, guys. Like I said, this man passed away at 94 in like 1904, or it probably was 1804, I don't know. But this man was giving you the rundown of what the beat blows is about. And as for myself, I'm opening to learning my African culture. I'm opening to understand my African people, my Alkebulans. I'm open to that. But I'm open to it without the Euro-Christian influence. See, when I see the creators' names like Sunini, Nanini, I don't associate it with religion. I don't associate it with the Biblos. I don't associate them with that. Because I know that the Biblos, the story that's in the Biblos is Baal, and the creators are in Baal. I know that the story in the New Testament, the Jesus story, is literally about a fallen European deity that has absolutely nothing to do with me. You see, the problem with us, when we keep accepting this story, this myth, we then see ourselves as a dependent and should be happy that, you know, such race can take control and direct my path of my life, of our life. And when I say mine, I'm talking about us as a nation. That's really what you do when you accept some myths and stories. So for me, I know that I cannot associate such story with our heritage and our culture, because that was never though. That was never so. That never occurred. That was never in our minds until it was enforced into us. And I did a live, and excuse me, I didn't do a live. I did a broadcast. I'm gonna upload it later on today. Through that upload, you're going to see what what religion has done within the black community. I broke it down for you guys so you can get a better clarity and understanding of what's going on. That there's a severe tool that's literally put in place in front of us to prevent us from elevating. Now, for me, as a man that's seeking understanding, seeking identity, my job is to, again, I have to open my hands, my eyes, my thoughts into everything African. Anything that's coming from our land, we must know it. Get fit, get learned, or die trying. We must learn it. Because we are not in a position to decide what we're going to accept and what we're not. We have to come into the understanding that we are literally soul searching, identity searching. Did you know from the minute you guys was taken, from the minute we was taken, we was moved around, taken away, divided continuously. And when we are in these type of situations and circumstances, we can't choose what should we engage ourselves into, especially when such ideologies is coming from the people that told us that what we was doing back then was pagan and demonic. And that same ideology has been passed on to us, where we see our culture, our same tone, skin tone people doing something, and we consider that demonic and pagan. We gotta get out of that in order for us to elevate. The generational curse shall continue as long as you participate. I had a person tell me that the reason why we are in these circumstances, meaning the reason why we are killing, we are robbing, we are stealing, we got such anger, we got such frustration, we just want to unleash. He said the reason why we are in this state of mind is because we are being taught the Julius Caesar mentality. And when he said that to me, I had to sit back. I said, what? And then I said, you know what? You was absolutely right. That Julius Caesar mentality. Now, those that don't know who Julius Caesar is, you need to go do some homework. But that mentality is exactly what we have. Not to mention the PTSS. I keep telling you that I gotta overstress that, and the PTCS. And you take all of that, and then you're being spoon-fed a destructive ideology about a destructive man who lived a destructive life, who didn't care for women, never desired a wife, is going to explain what we're dealing with right now. It's going to explain what we are dealing with right now. Yeah. We have to be open to learning who we are, what we are, without the influence of the Julius Caesar, the Roman Euro-Christian ideology. I'm sorry. And this is not me being disrespectful or me being racist towards anybody, because it's not about race. This is about identity control. This is about, having control of who we are, what we are, where we came from, knowing that history, a history that's literally has been hidden and voided from us. We have to find these things. And the only way you're going to find out is learning more of your customs, more of your culture, learning the El Kebulan culture, learning the language, learning the food, learning how to cook, we have to go back to that. That's the only way we're going to elevate, and not just focus on what we can learn in Africa, but try to focus and pinpoint your lineage, your generation, your bloodline, your seed, your people. You know what I'm saying? We have to do these steps. There's no way AI technology is on its way. You understand? You got computers and phones that's literally required to be our brains. When you hear people tell you, are we doing things to make stuff such comfortability for you, they're basically saying that they want you to get dumb, and the device that you spending your money on is going to get rich. When I'm saying rich, I'm talking about rich, full of education, full of knowledge. You understand? That's exactly what you see these things is doing. And if you see that means it's a severe attack. Not to mention the schools now is not teaching your child about such history. So now we're being even further removed. And that's something that we can't afford. And the one thing that we can't afford is listening and following the minds of the mercenaries. You go ahead, if you want to believe the story of these characters being black, you got to break up out of that. A religion should be able to trace back 3,000, 4,000 years. Something that's of your heritage, it will never be removed. I want you guys to know that it will never be removed. It was purposely created that way to keep you in a state of confusion. Division and confusion is Lucifer, or the evil one's biggest secret into keeping you right where they need you. If I give you something that's confusing, but instead of diffusing what you're being taught, you try to find your way around it, that's a problem. When you see that it's different demographics of ideologies and religion and this and that, that's to let you know that that's a problem. Have you not noticed that whenever brothers and sisters get on podiums, get into a room, get into YouTube, whatever you want to call it, and religion and politics is brought up, it's literally a shouting match. It's literally an outburst. Nobody ever questioned why is that? Why would something so potent and righteous and calm, cool, calm would ignite and bring rage out of somebody. You have to make that make sense. You have to make that make sense. And the reason behind it is because that story is not a story of your glory. It's a story of justification for your misery. And they sprinkled your name on top. So when you dust it off, you're going to really fall in complete acceptance to the Black man Holocaust. This is facts. But as for us as people of color, our job, our purpose is to do what? Figure out our ancestral heritage and culture. Gotta learn it. Who's to tell you what you learning is evil? Everything, right? You learn how to drive a car. You don't have the intentions to do evil behind it, right? There are some that do, right? You know not to take a red light. There are some that do. There's people that's literally learning things to do harm, and there's people learning things just to know. And that's what we need. We need to learn stuff just to know. The same way we are investing our times in uncovering Euro-Christian ideology, it's time for us to put that same energy into African spirituality, into El Kebulan understanding, El Kebulan heritage, and El Kebulan kidnapped. Gotta learn these things. So for me, I'm open to learning. I'm open into learning. I'm doing tremendous amount of research. Trying to fit it in with my everyday life is a lot of work, but I got to do it for you guys. So I'm opening to the understanding of my language, but I'm not doing it under the guidelines of Euro-Christian ideology. Which means I'm not checking for the biblos. I'm not listening. I'm not looking for the mystical story. I'm not looking into the Apocrypha. I'm not looking into these things because I read these things. I invested into these things, and these things has not gotten anything accomplished when it pertaining to our suffering and our uplifting, our uprise. It has absolutely nothing to do for us. So my job is to proceed to go on and go capture what I needed to learn the facts, so the facts could set the El Kebulan kidnapped free. Period. So we're not doing that. I don't want to hear none of that. To all my people that's in the land that tunes in and watch me, please, I beg you. You guys got the heads up. You guys got the one up because you already in the land. It's time for you guys to go figure out your culture. If you taking it and you believe into this Jesus story, you will remain in your circumstances and you're going to complain. For the brothers and sisters that really want change, that really want redemption, that really want their land back, that really want their people back, their family back, listen, we got to go tap in. We got to stop allowing these people to give us a Julius Caesar mentality. We do not want that. Gotta let that go. You see how the same way we let off the Caesar haircuts and we started getting waves, we started getting dreads and braids and etc. That's what we need to start doing. You see how when we start stepping away from something like that, just a little minute thing, you see how we evolve. The beard is getting fuller, the hair is that we're getting closer, but then they'll throw a wrench to make us 2 steps back. But overall, the main aspect is to get away from these people's ideology. This is facts. Gotta get away. And that's my time, guys. I just wanted to just tell you guys this. And yeah, I'm open to learn my culture, learn from my peoples. I'm open, but I'm not I'm not accepting it under the guidelines of Euro-Christian ideology. Hey, if it's your first time, I hope it's not your last time. If it's your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, that means I'm still on your mind. That means we gotta stay on that grind. But yo, quick fast, before I say you gotta go get yours, because I'm out to get mine. Real quick, we got brand new merchandise. I'm still working on it. I got a fire t-shirts and sweaters and sweatsuits. Fire. All right, it's gonna be up hopefully by next week. Hopefully by next week, you guys get yourself a pair. Holiday season, get you something. Put your daughter in something. Put your wife in something. Put your husband in something. You know what I'm saying? Support that movement. We out here, we working. These proceeds is to go back home, fix the land. You know what I'm saying? Build a home, build a land, buy some land. So when it's time for us to dip set, ain't gonna be no Cameron and Mace. That it is what it is. But anyway, it's your brother man from the motherland. I came to you guys live. You know who I am, aka Mr. Keep My Foot on All Necks. No disrespect. You know, we out here seeking the facts, because it's time for us, for the El Kebulan kidnap, to get back. You heard? And I'm outside, and I'm a holler. One.